welcome everyone to the Tuesday, March 11th Board of Directors meeting for Coastside County Water District. And we'll start with a roll call, please.
Director Coverdale?
Here.
Director Michelson?
Yes.
Director Muller?
Here.
Vice President Feldman?
Here.
President Reynolds?
Here. We'll do a pledge of allegiance.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Do we have any public comment? All right, I don't see. Oh, Gina has a hand up. Oh, Gina took away her hand.
No, I think it was,
Oh, it was,
The
it
cursor.
was,
Oh, is that what it was? Oh,
it was
yeah.
Lisa
Sorry.
volunteering Gina for a public comment. Perfect. All right. Okay. Do any directors have anything they'd like? Oh, I should say, I did review the disbursements for the month ending February, and I found it all to be in order. Do any directors have anything they want to pull or comment on from the consent calendar? All right, seeing none, let's have a roll call on the.
Motion.
I move
sorry.
we accept the consent calendar as presented.
second,
Okay, Director Coverdale?
Aye.
Director Michelson?
yes.
Director Muller?
Aye.
Vice President Feldman?
Yes.
President Reynolds?
Yes. All right, meetings appended, director's comment. Ken?
I would tell you that we are so excited because it appears that there's a major snowstorm headed toward the Sierra. And as of the last snow survey, I think that they were reading 30% of normal in the central area. But I can tell you that even with the last week storms up there, it's meager.
Yeah.
It's not a year to count on big snowfall. So I pray, I would urge everyone to pray that this atmospheric river actually brings moisture and not just windstorms. That's what I would say. But I'll be able to really tell you about it in about 5 hours.
Perfect.
Unless
Keep up the good work.
unless you let this meeting go too long.
I will do my best. John?
Just a brief question regarding Stone Pine. I see there's added funds coming in for expansion there. Will that have any impact on us for the water hookups? The county and federal government put millions of dollars in again now for the housing over there.
I believe the plans are all set, and this may be just additional funding, but with, I think there are 40 units, something. But we have our water system, our meters in the ground right now. So we're ready to go with that.
Right. Just the expansion keeps coming over there across the creek.
Yeah.
But, all right, so thank you for that. People ask me. So I guess they have water. Yeah, we have.
Are they gonna be individually metered or is it one
No,
master?
it's a master meter.
Is it, and who's responsible for paying that master meter?
I'm assuming that the county is.
Okay, okay. Free water, what a deal. Can I sign up?
You can sign up, you may not get the water.
All right.
Thank you.
Moving on to general business, we have, item A.
Okay, so Aqua JPIA has an opening on their executive committee. And we have been asked to support Director John Weed from Alameda County Water District. I believe many of you know Director Weed. And
On to.
so anyway, we would need to pass a resolution in support of him.
Okay. I've known John for 15 years.
Yeah, all of us have. yeah.
He's a pretty enthusiastic
Yeah.
attendee.
Just gotta cut them off on a discussion sometimes.
Fair enough.
Well, he's my role model, but I'll never be as accomplished and as intelligent as him. But he says it the way it is. And he can do it with real authority. I wish I could. So this is the kind of guy we want, and he's a dying breed. When he goes, it's going to be a really, really great loss, because I sat next to him. He's also a founding member of OSCA. So I've been sat next to him for 23 years. So I definitely know his opinions, and I absolutely support it. And as we're not the unanimous group that we once were, but he still brings the old school perspective to our OSCA board, and I would love to have him at this level also, really just say it the way it is, and it needs to be said in this day and age. So I wholeheartedly support his nomination.
Perfect.
Make him up.
Bob, Ken, any thoughts?
No, I agree. I know John, I've met him, and I think he's the appropriate person for us to nominate.
Can we, so we'll agree to nominate him, we need a roll call from,
Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
The rest.
okay, got it, all right.
I would be willing to move the motion, resolution 2025-01, referring the nomination of John H. Weed of Alameda County Water District to the Executive Committee of Association California Water Agency Joint Powers Insurance Authority, ACWA-JPIA. So moved.
Second. Oh, you got it.
Director Coverdale,
Enthusiastically, aye.
Director Michelson,
Aye, absolutely.
Director Muller,
Aye.
Vice President Feldman,
Yes,
President Reynolds.
Aye. All right. Next item is. Mary, you're up.
Okay. We have had a very exciting month with our tank project. And so on January 21st, we gave the notice to proceed. And we have, and right after that, Andrini Brothers mobilized and put in the bypass pipeline that would allow us to only operate on tank 3 and to demolish the 2 tanks. So if you can go to the next one. So, well, you can go back one.
Sorry.
Yeah. So basically, right now, as of January, we gave the start date of January 21st as notice to proceed. We're 49 days in of a 480-day contract period. And so we've been billed $700K to date. So next slide. So with this, what happened in February was the installing the temporary bypass pipeline. And this is a 24-inch pipeline that is, I think the contractors, and even, I think Darren has said in his years of being a contractor, really did work much with a 24-inch water pipe. So this was very major. And we had to do, there was a number of things that we had to orchestrate. I mean, this was not an easy time. We had meetings nearly, every day, sometimes a couple times a day, just trying to figure out logistics. We had to change the path of what we're looking at. And because, some of the underground wasn't, was different than what we thought and various things. So it was just an incredible effort, and we pulled it off. So go to the next slide.
I did.
Oh, it's slow. Okay, so, so this was a 3-week look ahead, which we're already there. So many of you were able to come and see our tanks being demolished. So as of, basically as of today, we do not have any tanks left. And I think all of they're working late, and I was still seeing that they were working at 5:45, they could work till
We still have
6.
one tank.
But
We have one tank up there still.
we still have one
Yeah.
tank.
We don't have any of the two tanks that we took
We have
down.
the 2 tanks, the 2 smaller
We
ones.
have one tank.
Yeah, no, we have a tank that is more than
Where we put all
sufficient.
the water for the moment.
Yeah, so more than sufficient for operating our water system, so.
How much money did we get as a credit for the salvaged steel in the contract? That was a lot of steel.
That was figured in the contract price.
Yeah, so they gave us a credit.
The salvage steel is part of their contract, so they estimate how much they're gonna get, and then they bid it on the estimation of what they're gonna get from that salvage steel.
And so it was actually salvaged and recycled.
Yes, sir.
That's a great piece. Thank you. I appreciate that.
If I may be so bold, the remarkable thing up there was the diversion pipe. The tank destruction was anticlimactic, if I may be so bold. Because it was, it was hard to see and, the cutting it down, but that pipe is really impressive. What had to be done to get that pipe in there is really, it was really amazing to me. I don't know how you guys did it, frankly. I mean, that thing is gigantic. And in that area and that space and being able to make all that stuff work, to me, that's really the key, the cornerstone of this whole process right now, frankly.
I learned what mechanical joints are.
No, that's amazing. I mean, the tank, just is on the ground. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, no, this was great. So here are some pictures of the construction. So up at the top left-hand corner, part of this was we had to take that pipe that was coming out of tank 3 and turn it 90 degrees to connect it to the bypass pipe, which you see now in the middle slide. And then at the front end, you're seeing how it got connected into our system at the front entrance gate of the facility. So it was major. One of the things that was really great is that originally we thought we were going to have shutdowns at night to get the tank hooked up, or to get the pipeline hooked up into the system, which was going to be really tight. We only had like 4-hour windows to work. And between our staff with Sean and Darren and I'll say our engineers, and including John Sutter, who actually he just had some brilliant ideas and contributing. The design was such that we didn't, the work could be done in the day, and we didn't require any shutdowns to get this, the bypass pipeline in. So that was really amazing and great. And I don't know, Darren, if you have any comments on this.
No, we were able to use the meter bypass as a temporary source of connection, so it really worked out very, very well. And like Mary said, no downtime at all, so. And will continue to help us throughout the project.
So before we could, move forward, we had to do some, get the tanks prepared to be brought down. And so what you're seeing is some hazard mitigation, the white, the tanks were, the second tank, tank 2 was, had lead paint, so we had to use the special white paint to seal all the places that could flake, and so various things. So there's a lot of work to get going on it. And then what,
The next one.
yeah. So one of the things we're just gonna show, even though it's, we have a camera up there, and the camera was kind of in the wrong position.
Kind of.
Correct.
However, unfortunately, we hope that it will be in the right position as we construct it. But this is,
And did we get the link to this on our website?
Yeah.
we will
Oh, you mean
have,
for the public, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so this is the 7 days.
There it goes.
So
Yay.
that was this morning,
Okay.
or that last night, and then all that's gone, and
You're right, put that online.
yeah, we are, we
So
need to get cleaned
we are
up.
gonna have the link to the live camera on the website?
Yes.
Okay, when's
I
that
don't-
gonna happen?
I'm not sure, if we even have it right now.
We didn't as of a week when we
Yeah.
started the project, we did not.
Yeah, so we're working on it. I know that, we have a meeting, we're working on updating our site, and so we'll make sure that's
Right
on.
now, the link's on an email that you sent to us.
Yeah, yeah,
I
and
mean,
we,
theoretically, you could send an email to the public
yeah, no,
and have the link in there and say
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
just,
interested.
we might as well have it on our
I
website.
mean, that's on put
Yeah,
on
no,
website,
it's-
whichever.
yeah,
I'm not
the-
sure which they'd see quicker.
You wanna watch it again?
Right.
Okay.
You know,
yeah,
the
do it one
public.
more time.
Right.
Can you do it in reverse and make the tank stand back up?
Well, that'd save us a lot of money.
Don't you think
Save
so?
$10 million, just run the video backwards.
It doesn't-
I guess, whatever works.
I'd like to thank staff for giving us the opportunity to witness the
Yeah, yeah.
removal of the tanks. Thank you.
Yeah,
It is interesting, do you celebrate the destruction of a tank?
yeah. Yeah, because it was gonna
Yeah,
fail
well-
in an earthquake, according to the engineers.
Yeah.
So we're saving Highway 92,
Mhm.
an incredible hillside that actually moves and erodes. I mean, it came up on the, forward-thinking attempt to convince us that we needed to stabilize that whole site.
Right.
And so it's saved all that misery. I mean, it could have washed out, and blown up in an earthquake and taken that whole hillside right across 92, can you imagine?
Well, it goes back to the district is thinking ahead, safety for the future of our
You
customers.
celebrate
Always.
the strategic planning
Yeah.
that provide the input to make the changes you need to make to improve the long-term viability of the system. And that's part of our job, and so you celebrate the fact that we step up and do the thing we need to do. And, the tank is great, but, it's not, it's an inanimate object, so it's okay. I don't miss it. I do not miss the tank, either of them.
And we're gonna have
As much as I love them, it's okay.
we're gonna have a new 2.1 million gallon tank this time next year.
Right.
That
Looking
is
forward to the new tank.
seismically sound and will serve this district for 100 years.
100 years.
Can't wait.
100 years. How many gallons were each one of those tanks? I just don't remember.
One was 400,000 and one was 600,000.
So it was about a million.
A million gallons, so that's gonna be replaced with 2.1 million gallons.
I'm excited. 2 million. God.
And I really appreciated the email with the shot from the other side, so thank you. I was like, oh, that's what's going on. Because I just kept seeing people
Right.
move around and the
Right.
machine would move around and everything was still there.
All right, thank you, Mary.
Cool.
So
Great job. Great
in
job.
my general manager's report, I included the latest communication from SFPC Assistant General Manager Steve Ritchie, that we're still in good shape with our water, and we'll have the final snow report in early April.
That's right.
Does Kathleen believe that? No, really, I'm just asking. I mean, we're looking at the snow cover and the levels of things. Does she in her heart of hearts believe that this is covered? I'm just asking.
I think we're
No,
okay for this year.
okay.
I think every year-
SFPC, okay.
Yeah, every year is a challenge as we look at what the rainfall is. And so
Okay.
we are gonna get, rain this week, and
Mhm.
but
But it isn't a banner year. and
it's not a banner
No,
year.
Yeah.
that's
It's
why
not a
I'm-
banner year, but
That's the
it's,
point to be taken. It's not a
Right.
drought,
Right.
but it is not amazing. Thank you, Steve. He probably still wants his bills.
I'll let
Sure.
Aaron share with our operations.
It should be quite quick, because Mary went through a lot of it, for the tank. 92, the Highway 92 emergency pipeline, they were given the notice to proceed on March 3rd. They're actually a little bit ahead of schedule. We should be starting this week sometime. So that's working out well. GSW did install a new flocculator at Nunes. That was just an add-on. They've also, they're just very near completion of the hypochlorite generator. The software upgrades from SCADA to interface with WIMS, that's going better than expected, so that's happening. That's most of our reporting package. It's a very nice package. And Carson and I got our backflow certified certifications this month as well. Thank you.
And just so you guys know, it's a 40-hour class, 20 in practical and 20 in the classroom. So it's a serious project.
It was more than I thought it was gonna be, actually. So, yeah, it was good, that was good. Continuing with our wellfield project, at 80% plans, and that should be coming soon as well. And that's about it. HDR's still working on the feasibility study, San Vicente. And I think that's about it for us. The shortest.
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Good job.
Well done.
All right. Mary, anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.
Good job.
Do we need to move on this one?
That's the one we just did. Or John, maybe.
No, well, then we can't go.
Oh, is that?
That's
we had
left
the-
over.
Oh, that's the.
That's not the, that's from last.
Yeah.
We did it
last
last
week.
year.
Yes.
That's still my binder.
Yeah.
That's it.
We're done.
The rest of the agenda.
Yeah, no, it wasn't there. Okay, anybody got
Every time,
anything
the other one.
you want to put on the agenda?
One thing I wanted to raise, I don't know if I suggest that we add it to the agenda or if I just make a comment, but as we go planning forward on this future planning session, I really want to consider how we organize it. So I don't know if I can go further than that without it being agendized.
I mean, you can make one other quick comment so we know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'd really like to consider having our assistant general manager be the person that would conduct that meeting. So we don't hire an outside consultant. And the reason that I think it might be important is because based on the timeline that we're beginning to hear about Marion, when she really may pull the golden, parachute out and be done. I think if we're going to really have an energized and familiar assistant general manager, that might be a serious contender for the job of general manager, that it might be a really good way to hear a lot of really direct communication from the members of the board. And so I just would encourage considering it. That's not a directive, and I certainly can't vote about it, but I think it's really worth considering because Jeffrey's very new and a lot of us are very old, but we do know things, and it might be a really good way to kind of fuel that up. And so we can discuss it further later, and if I've gone too far, then,
I think you said enough.
all right.
We can't have it in O'Shaughnessy, I don't think, guys.
You want to bet? We can arrange that. We can stay at cabin 1. Let's do that. Have you been there?
I've been there.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
Board meetings need to be in the district as a general rule. There are some exceptions. Even special board meetings need to be within the district,
No.
but there's some exceptions, but I don't know if
So
a
to
planning
ease up.
session would apply. So thank you for that comment. Are there any other comments?
water system.
Since we're connected to SFPUC, it's.
All right, let's adjourn the meeting.
Okay, it's been great. Nice to see you.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, my wife did.